All right, we are getting ready to head out this morning. It's about 6:30. A view of the shelter in the background. Joe doing some final wrap up here. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Just a beautiful morning. We were expecting it to be raining, but they pushed the rain back to about 10, I think. So I think we'll have a little bit of sun. We're only going to do about 12 and a half miles today. So hopefully we can get a lot of that in before the rain hits. If we get really lucky, maybe it won't be too bad and we can keep somewhat dry. But again, kind of a short day today, only 12 and a half. We're headed to the Thistle something shelter. And then that'll position us pretty good for tomorrow to push into town for our resupply and all the typical town duties that go with it. Good night last night. I only got down to about 46. So really good, nice sleeping weather. Again, didn't really have any rain. Actually, it was pretty clear last night. So forecast shifted just a little bit for us. So we'll take that. But anyways, looking forward to a good day. The terrain and everything looks pretty good. We got a couple of ups. Got about a 4 mile down to start with. So that's always kind of questionable of how down is it, what it's going to be like. But it'll give us a chance to warm up before I have to start doing some ups. So that's about it. Nothing other than just hiking today. I don't think we have any major milestones to hit.
Packs are lighter.
Packs are lighter, yes. We are working the food down. Again, always those last couple days before you get to town where your food bag is really getting light. Then that just makes it tougher when you put food all back in it. But you enjoy the fact that you're eating your food down and the weight's less on the back. All right, well, we'll see you a little bit down the trail. Hopefully get a chance to do some videos today. Yesterday didn't really have a whole lot of views. A lot of things. I think we did a few videos, but not a whole lot. And hopefully the weather will hold out enough that we can take some video of the sights and some things to remember it by. So, all right, we'll take care and we'll see you a little bit later. Came across an interesting thing here. We're assuming this is how you would get syrup out of the trees. It's just a pipe, plastic pipe that's just running kind of downhill, and it looks like in some spots it's connected into the tree. And so I can only assume just, I guess gravity feeds this all down somewhere, or they come up here and collect it. That's strange. Interesting.
We'll have to ask somebody.
Yes, we will. We could ask Google.
We could ask Google.
Google does all.
I could make something up.
You do that well, and you say it with confidence. People will believe you.
Got to say it multiple times though.
Yes.
And get it widely distributed.
Yes.
And then it'll become a life of its own.
Exactly.
In the cloud.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's our first experience coming across what we're assuming is syrup harvesting, or aliens sucking the lives out of our trees. Kind of broke out into this little open pasture land here. Again, it was interesting looking at what we assume is the way that they collect syrup. We saw some other ones. I'm assuming somewhere down the line, down the hill, there's some type of collection point. But really curious how they keep the lines clear enough so we don't get clogged. So again, we'll have to research that a little bit. Joe, I think our job of spreading spring in Vermont is done.
Yeah, it's here.
I think it's time to move on to the next state.
Yeah.
We've brought spring here.
So many pretty flowers.
Yes. All right, we're stopped to take an early lunch, and another beautiful setting here with the stream right here. Luckily the bugs haven't found it yet, so that's good. So Joe, what are you having for lunch?
I'm gonna have peanut butter and honey on a tortilla, snacking on some teriyaki Jack Langston dressing.
I like it.
For dessert, I'll probably have peanut M&Ms and peanuts.
Wow, that sounds really good. I am having, just straight out of the pouch, chicken's creation, which will then be followed up by a peanut butter and honey sandwich on a tortilla. And I don't think I have any dessert unless I steal some of his M&Ms. No, I'll figure that out. So, anyways, we're making pretty good time. The weather's been holding out. Obviously, it's changed from the last that we saw, so I'm not sure exactly when and if we're going to see any rain today, but we're certainly enjoying the sunshine and the cool breeze. Anyways, we've got about, I think, 4 more miles to the shelter, 4 or 5, so we should be able to get in there fairly early. And then, again, that'll set us up nicely getting into town tomorrow. So, all right, well, we'll talk to you all a little bit later.
See ya.
All right, this is the wrap-up of day 79. 79. Wow.
Yeah. Get some days wrapped up.
Yeah, so we are sitting at the Thistle Hill shelter. We had a pretty light day today. We only did roughly 12.6 miles. And again, the reason for that is just we knew we couldn't get all the way into town, so there's no sense in pushing it any further. And went ahead and just made it an easy day today, and tomorrow will be a little bit easy, although we're going to compress it.
We're gonna get up dark 30 and try to get out of here at daylight. That way we get to town by lunchtime.
Lunch, food, calories, yes. We're going to stay at the Hanover Adventures and Hostel. I think that's the name of it. It's about 3 miles out of Norwich, but they offer a free shuttle to pick you up. So our plan is to get in town, eat some lunch, go to the grocery store right there, get our resupply, get picked up by them, and do all the other stuff at the hostel, laundry and showers, and one of the things Joe and I have commented on. It's like, woo, we need showers, and we need laundry bad.
Tomorrow is day 6, and we were hiking today, and we're coming up, and as I'm fantasizing, it's like, hey, we're gonna get to the shelter early. I can kind of wash up, but the reports on water at the shelter didn't look very good, so we stopped and watered up ahead of time and said, well, sure enough, if we carry all this water that half a mile up to the shelter, there's going to be water, and there was this little waterfall. And I got my head underneath that and got my upper body done pretty good. And I look forward to a hot shower, though.
Yeah. And I guess what also makes it worse is we've had several hot days here in a row. This is probably the most we've had in a long time. I know in the past we've had a day here and a day there that's reached the 70s, but I think the last 2 to 3 days have been hot and sweaty and salty clothes. So a little taste of what we're going to get when we flip back down to the south.
Which is another good reason to get up really early and hike before it heats up tomorrow.
Right, exactly. So anyways, again, overall good day. Didn't do a lot of videos, but the weather held out. Totally surprised.
Yeah.
Looking at our forecast, we look at atlweather.org, which will show you all the weather at the different shelters. And for the most part, it has been right on. In fact, yesterday when that rain came, it was right at the time they said it was gonna be.
And today, it's like they said there might be thunderstorms after 2, and right around 1:30, some dark clouds did appear, but unlike yesterday, they just burnt right off.
Yeah. So it's been fairly accurate. Just today, we'll take it. We were surprised that we didn't get any at all. So that's a good thing.
But we did get the bugs. We got the bugs.
And the nice thing is, they like biting Joe.
I've been like, see, I'm covering my hands. They've been all over me, and David's just.
So, just a little secret here. If you're hiking with somebody else, you spray their clothes with like a lime type stuff. They all go to your partner and they leave you alone. Just our secret. Don't tell anybody that. Yeah. So I mean, I'm feeling bad that they seem to be biting Joe more than me. I'm not sure why. So. Yeah, we did. Although we didn't have. Well, you had a bug net on this morning or this afternoon briefly.
This afternoon had it on briefly, but they weren't. They've stayed away from my face of late. But they hit my arms. One found on its way under my shirt into my belly button. I wouldn't want to put my finger in there and the bug crawls in there and bites me. I don't know.
Yeah, we're hoping as we cross over into New Hampshire, the bugs won't be able to cross the border. Yeah, that's what we've been told. So, no, we're hoping as we kind of get back up in higher elevations that the bugs will start to lessen a little bit, and we'll be able to get through all that before they start to hit hard. But again, we are still ahead of the bug curve.
Yeah.
So they're not as bad as they will get for some of the fellow hikers that are behind us. So sorry, guys. We're just teasing them and getting their appetites ready for you.
This couple who was doing a day hike, they're from around here, and they gave us some pretty good information, but they just kind of hiked by here about 15 minutes ago. And the poor gal, she's over there dancing around because they started going after her too. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So we sat, the nice thing, we got here about 2:30, so a nice long day just to take care of things. We inventoried all our food so we know what we need to get tomorrow in Norwich.
Planning out the next two stops after that.
We plan out the next couple of weeks, which for us is planning on how we're going to get through the whites. And as we've talked about, just all kinds of unknowns. We're really planning for a lot of short miles, just so one, we can make sure we, are safe, and then two, make sure we're kind of, taking in the sights and so forth. And we'll adjust accordingly as, if we need to slow it down even more, or we can speed up a little bit. But one of the challenges we found with the whites is just trying to find places to resupply.
Yeah.
Joe actually called the huts to find out the status of the huts, and they are going to open this year, which they did not do last year. Unfortunately, they're not going to open until June 3rd, which we will be past the whites by June 3rd.
We'll be done May 31st, and they open June 3rd.
Yeah, kind of the moral of our story, when you start early, you get a lot of things that you can see in the rearview mirror are opening as you pass by. So, but anyways, it's interesting that it's a little bit of a challenge from a resupply standpoint. Not as many options, I guess is probably the better way to say it.
Nikki will be giving you another call and ask for another box, please.
Yeah,
or two.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to have some food shipped to us. So, but anyways, good. We're again, I keep saying it. We're nervously excited about getting into the whites, just to experience it ourselves. We're just. And what they're going to be like, or the couple we were just talking to said, this should be a great time to get through them. And then, like I said, our friend that's a couple weeks ahead of us was telling us about how bad the snow was up there. So it's like, I'm not sure what we're going to get.
And then David mentions that, and then the guy we were talking to, I was looking up in Mount Washington. It's covered with snow. Yeah. We're supposed to be there within 10 days,
10 days, I think. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll get to make some snowmen.
Yes.
Snow angels.
Snow angels. Yes.
Hiker angels. Yeah, that'll be fun. Have a snowball fight, all
more
that
like
kind
ice
of
ball fights, but it'll probably be up there, but slush fights.
Right. Well, I think that's about it. Again, we're going to try to get up pretty early in the morning.
So no morning video when it's dark.
We'll see how that goes. But again, our goal is to get to lunch and by 12:30, something like that.
And then do groceries and
do all the stuff we need to get done. So anyways, we've enjoyed Vermont. I can see why people would live up here, at least during the spring and summer. Not sure about the winter, but I guess if you like winter sports, this would be a great place to live. But it's been beautiful. The trails are for the most part well maintained. They're just now starting to get out, some of the trail maintainers, and starting to work on them. So there's still some blowdowns and things that they're working through, but it'll probably be all cleared up. But just the grade, they do a great job of switchbacks and getting the grades that they're reasonable. They're not like straight up a hill as in some other states. And they're not forcing you always to the top of the mountain or to a pile of rocks. We've had a few here in Vermont where we've had to do some rock scrambles, but
they were taking you somewhere you needed to go.
Yeah. So, but again, great. We will be out of Vermont, actually, for the most part, tomorrow.
We'll have a mile left after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Of Vermont.
Hopefully, I noticed that things coming in and out as far as dark and light. So hopefully it's not messing the video up too much for y'all. But yeah, so officially Wednesday we'll cross the border, but tomorrow will be pretty much the meat of it.
Yep.
And so that's pretty exciting. So, all right, well, we'll leave it there. And like I said, it's darkening up. I don't know what. Hopefully that's not messing up the video too much. It's trying to catch the light.
Okay. Ooh, look at
hey, we're back.
Magic.
Yeah. All right, we will see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Happy trails.
That's pretty cool. 4:58 a.m. What are we doing, Joe?
We're two crazy guys, wild and crazy guys on the
Wild
Appalachian
and
Trail.
crazy guys. All right, so we are doing our best to try to get an early start here. We got roughly about 12 miles, 12, 13, something like that, into town. So again, our goal is to try to get there by lunchtime and get started with all the things we need to do. Eat, grocery store, laundry, showers, all that. So
Adult beverage.
And well, yeah, a few adult beverages. You know, if we get there early enough, we get some Bloody Marys or something. That would be different. So anyway, so yeah, we're just getting ready to leave the Thistle Hill shelter, or we just did, and we are on our way. So we'll see. We're going to headlamp for just a little bit. It's still just a little bit dark. Probably got about maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then it'll be good. You can see the sun starting to try to come up way over there. Looks like it could be a pretty sunrise. We'll see how that goes. All right, we will see you all in town. I broke out into a nice little field here. Just a beautiful view. So this is the wrap up for day 80. Day 80. And beyond the fact that I have ice cream that I'm eating, Ben & Jerry's, it's a good day. And why is it a good day, Joe?
For a lot of reasons. Let's count some of them. We had a first lunch, a second lunch, exceptionally good dinner, ice cream. We finished off Vermont, and we actually already started some miles in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good day, and we're on a new map.
That's right, and we're at a hostel tonight, which kind of behind us here. The Hanover.
David is clean.
I smell like a day hiker. Woo. I'm not going to sniff. I have standards that are a little bit higher than his. So, but anyways, the Hanover Adventure Tours and Hostel.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's a great place. It seemed to run real well, real friendly. All the amenities that you could want. Nice bunk room.
Yep.
Showers, laundry, all that. So we've gotten all our chores done, I think.
I think we have.
And I think we're ready to hit the trail tomorrow. We're going to get a shuttle back in at 7. And so we should be on the trail probably about 7:30.
Yeah.
And we will start our push.
Our trek.
Yeah, into New Hampshire. And we got, about 50 miles before the whites?
Yeah, 45 miles, and then we're at the base of Moosalok.
Yeah.
And we start our way up.
Yeah, so we're ready.
We're ready.
We're ready. The weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Excuse me. So
Take advantage of it.
yeah, hopefully that'll be a great start into New Hampshire. So
And we weighed on the scales today.
ooh.
So it looks like I'm down 30. He's probably down close to 40.
Yeah, and I'm down 40. I haven't weighed this little, I guess, till maybe when I get college.
Yeah, I was saying
Maybe
the same thing. It was like
yeah.
getting out of high school, just getting close to it when I got out of high school. That
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry, when I got out of college. High school, I was
Right.
like 145.
Yeah, and then you can afford to start buying food and eating.
Yeah.
And then you start putting on the weight. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. We've got what we were saying, 6 weeks left.
Yep.
About 40 some odd days. We've been doing all kinds of calculations trying to figure this out. But before we go into that, a little bit of today. Again, you saw the video this morning that we actually were on the trail at 5 this morning.
Yeah.
That meant we got up roughly about 3:30 and got ourselves ready and got on the trail. We headlamped for about 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes, yeah.
And we went about 14.6 miles today. We got here about 11 o'clock.
Yeah. But it was a great day. I mean, we got to hike before the day got hot.
Right.
And it was, the breeze came in the later part of the morning when we needed it. The trail was good. It was
Yeah,
great hike.
for our last day in Vermont, it was really nice. Yeah. And you heard us say several times, we really like Vermont.
Yeah.
Overall good trails. Yeah, there was some muddy parts to it, but nowhere as bad as I guess perhaps previous years, because we just didn't seem to be that bad for us. So hats off to Vermont. That was great.
Thank you, Vermont.
Yes, thank you, Vermont. And so anyways, tomorrow, again, we will push on. We're trying to do about 15, 16 miles, something like that. And start our adventure into New Hampshire. Only 2 states left. Yeah. We have done 12 states.
Yeah, 2 left.
And this is, again, just a reminder, we're doing a flip-flop. So that meant we started at mile marker 534, which is where we had section hiked in the past, and that was right into Virginia. So we've done, since starting February 28th, we've done 9 states, and then the other 3 states we had section hiked before. So once we get to Katahdin, we'll celebrate the fact we actually have hiked everything on the AT. We'll do our flip back, or we'll fly back, and after my son's wedding. And we will start at mile marker 534 and go south and end up at Springer Mountain and kind of home.
And when we hit Springer Mountain, that means the through hike, all doing it within a consecutive 12-month period of time, is done.
Right. Ran into another hiker today, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
We'd heard about him. He's another part of the 60s gang. There's 4 or 5 of us, I guess 4 of us, that are in the 60s.
So not so much had told us about Mr. Freeze, and they're both 60 years old. David is 60 years old.
So
I'm the senior guy.
Joe's the old man.
64, so
yeah.
Freeze,
Did you hear what I said? You're the old guy.
I'm the old guy.
Okay.
We are,
you
but I am the
the
old guy.
Yeah.
But so if not so much he catches up with us, and if Freeze is taking a 0 tomorrow, but if he catches up with it, maybe we'll have these 4 old codgers hiking together.
Yeah, the
that are all in their
codger
60s. Yeah.
Yeah, the old codger gang. Yeah, you got to watch out for them.
The old codgers. Look out for those guys.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of fun to see. The other part of the bubble is still probably a couple weeks behind us, 2 to 3 weeks behind us. We're kind of hoping we can get through the whites before they catch us, only because we don't want to have contention for tent sites and those kind of things.
Services and things like that.
Yeah. So, but we'll see what happens. It's always interesting to meet.
We could
new
booby
hikers.
trap the trail.
Ooh, we could change the blazes. Ooh. Yeah, wouldn't that be mean?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your filter on, Joe. Put your filter on.
Filter back on.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing those folks.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of nice. Their stories and everything that they're going to have to tell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some more trail magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
if you hear of anything like that, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. So, all right. Well, I guess that's it for day 80. Day 80. Yeah.
Yep.
It's incredible. And again, when we start to think about it, it's roughly 6 weeks to go, roughly 44 days. We kind of figured it out that we're going to slow down quite a bit here getting through the whites. And what that means is when we get to the end of the Whites and beginning of Maine, we will have roughly 30 days to do 300 miles. So we should have plenty of time. Now again, that gives us some extra days if we need to take a zero because of weather or whatever, trying to get through the Whites. So we feel pretty comfortable that we're in a pretty good spot to be safe and get things done and still in the time frame we need to. So okay, well, with that, we'll cut it off here, and we will see you all in the morning.
All right, have a good one. Happy trails.